so happy I scaled into stables, but it was hard, bro. Trump coming in the inauguration day, that Trump's coming on the 20th, I believe. That was a sell the news bad rumor event for me. Now it's flipped.
It's going to be choppy depending on what happens with all of these factors. But I think long term,
the content presented in this podcast is intended for informational and educational purposes only. It should not be considered as financial advice, and listeners are encouraged to conduct their own research or consult with a qualified professional before making any investment decisions.
Crypto flip.
I've been in crypto since December 2013 when I bought BTC at $1,000. I got wrecked in 2014 by exchange rug pulls. Then I rode it to 300K in 2017, only to lose it all again in 2018. In 2021, I made it to $2 million, but got wiped out in 2022 because of Luna. Now I'm 40, married with 2 kids, and have everything I've got wrapped up in a Solana shitcoin. If this doesn't...
I'm dead. Oh my days. I feel like crying. Is there more?
There's a little more, yeah.
There's more.
If this doesn't work out, I'll be 41 and broke. But I'll just do it all over again next cycle. I think crypto has driven me crazy. My wife has been incredible through all of it, though she still believes in me for some reason.
Yeah, Ricky, go, man.
2 things. Your wife's a keeper, number 1.
Still.
And that's just facts. Number 2, bro, you have an addiction, bro. And it's not to making gains, it's the gambling. Because the amount of times that you've lost it all sounds a bit sus, bro. Like, bro, how can you say you've been through 3 cycles and you've lost everything in those 3 cycles? And what, you're finger crossing now, jumping into shitcoins for this current cycle? Bro, I hope your shitcoin goes to infinity and you leave with, a lot of peace. But yeah, to get dumped on by Luna means that you've been invested in some shitcoins.
Yeah, it could be that. But I mean, this guy, he's I like his resilience though. It's like, well, go down to 0, start again, no problem. A lot of guys would be crying and say, "Oh, I lost all my money in Luna," or "I lost it doing this and that." But he keeps bouncing back, so he's got a bright future whether he makes it or not. I think the fact that in this cycle he's wrapped up all in Solana like meme coins is indicative of 2 things. Number 1, where we are in terms of the cycle. He's just obviously those are the things printing the gains. Number 2, it's probably just like, oh, this is long, man. Let me just do the meme coin thing and see where I'm on. So, yeah.
Yo, my man said, wrapped on the Solana shitcoin. If it doesn't work out, I'm finished. Bro, start making alternative and start making some alternative plans, because, boy, when you have you got your whole portfolio riding on the Solana shitcoin, yes, the upside is immense. I understand that. I mean, everyone on this call understand that. But at the same time, bruh, come on. Are you serious? Nah. It's not looking good, lads. It's not looking good. It's just not looking good. It's not looking good.
He's already fucked it, bro.
It's not looking good. Like, I literally, I'm racking my head and trying to, like, what advice can I give this Dunny? I can't tell you it's gonna boom. I don't even know what. If he told me it was Giga, if he told me it was XPS, I'm like, you know what? It could. I mean, that's a sliver of hope, but it looks like just any random Solana shitcoin. I mean, just think, when you go on chain, how many shitcoins you see on a daily basis. It could be any one of those. So the odds of him recovering that portfolio, and what I know the thing about this is, like, when I see confession like this here, it's really peak because you had it there on your lap. You had 300 large. You could have taken at least a third of that. You did it. And then now, fast forward, you got a family now, and then you're putting all your hopes and dreams on the shitcoin. I hope you have a decent job. That's what I have to say, fam. I hope you got a high-paying job that can get you out of this mess, because that's the only way, man. That's what I have to say, guys.
It could be. It could be. Let's go on to the next one.
Yes, please.
Made a ton of money in 2021 off of Soul NFTs, working in the space and various rug pulls. Ended up blowing 80% of it on bad trades and luxury. Then I got sectioned under the Mental Health Act. Anyways, now I love the way he just casually went anyways. Anyways, now I have a great job and a great girlfriend. My early 20s. Own 3 houses from this dirty money and regret absolutely nothing. P.S. P.S. I'm a good person deep down.
Oh, you need to go. I want Rick to go fast. I want to hear your thoughts on this, bro.
You're a good person deep down. You are a pagan, bro. You are out here stealing money from people and various rug pulls. Bro, who even does rug pulls, bro? Wait, where did you say he did the rug pulls from? Solana, yeah?
So, yeah.
Bro, this guy is a scumbag, fam. And now he's got yards, nah, man. But you know what? At least he's actually come out and said, I made my piece rug pulling on people, because bare people won't say it. So congratulations to him for verifying.
Bro, wait. Don't congratulate him. No, he does not deserve. Because, fam, he still did it. A lot of people lost their life savings. Some dunnies, some kids, some uncles, some cab driver lost their peas in his rug pulls. Bro, he said, listen. Bro, he said, not one rug pull, various rug pulls. That's what he said. Various, which means it was more than two. He didn't give. Think about it. He didn't give a specific number because he didn't want to get caught out, and then put no name to it because he know he'll be in trouble. So, listen, you know what's funny about this? Yeah, karma is real. Because yes, he got 3 property from this, but really and truly, fam, you probably make M's off this, but probably got gassed, blew 80% of it. But he's smart. I'll give him one thing. He's smart. One, to realize that, you know what, I know my limits. I'm not gonna make all these 80% that I've blown away. Let me just put it in a saved investment vehicle so that at least I don't regret it, because not only have I taken money from other people, at least let me salvage what I got. Whatever's left, if it's 100K, let me put it to something that I know will grow over time. But I guess he's feeling a bit like, you know, he's having a bit of doubt in the back of his mind, like, you know what, I can't still well at night. But at the end of the day, knowing that you got a good job, you got a couple of assets, and then you have a great girlfriend, not a good girlfriend, a great girlfriend that supports your rug pulling activities. So it's like, you know, he had to come out and fess up a little bit so he feels a little better. And I'm sure he feels much better today. Now that it's off his chest, but boy, don't get caught by the SEC or the FCA, bro, because it will be sticky still. It will be sticky. Don't let the DOJ come for you, fam.
Still.
Honestly. Well, welcome back to the Crypto Flip podcast. I am your host, Harris King, and I am joined once again with my co-hosts, Ricardo and Deji. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and leave a review if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, because it really helps us make new episodes. And I can see a lot of comments coming in that you really like our humor. So, yeah, that's definitely appreciated. So let's get into it. The crypto crash that we had recently, a lot of people have been talking about it. A lot of people got wiped out. A lot of lungs got sent to smithereens. But the real question, but the real question is this just a crypto crash, or is this the signs of the end of the bull market?
Yo, Rick, go, man.
With the bull market. I'm not gonna lie. A few episodes ago, I did say I'm scaling into stables. Right now, I am so happy I scaled into stables, but it was hard, bro. I scaled out of Shui and saw Shui just do a mad thing. Bitcoin just went up to like 102. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, bro, you were thinking on the Discord, because I was thinking, bro, I have lost it, and this thing's gonna go to infinity, and I'm gonna miss out. But yeah, no, I think it's just a healthy pullback. Nothing's gone down by anything big. I think the maximum is like 20% on some of the majors, but that's light work. What I'm surprised about is virtuals now being $3.31. I bought some virtual, but I set a cheeky limit order in at 360.
That's possible, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I've got that virtual. I didn't even check to see if the order triggered, but I'm guessing it did. But yeah, so we ain't seen nothing too crazy, especially in the top 100. So yeah, virtuals is down 27%. AI 16Z is down. I think AI took the biggest hit in this little weird pullback that we're having. But yeah, man, to say I got stopped out of some of my trades. I had an ETH trade open, got stopped out, and that ETH trade was doing okay, but the stop was tight. It did okay, stopped me at entry, so I'm not too bothered. I had a Kyber network long on that was doing really good, and I blinked and liquidate. But that was liquidated at stop because it was a stop loss, so I'm not even too bothered. So yeah, man, the market was like bull trapping, bro. And now, yeah, are we primed to push ahead? In my mind, yeah, like, yeah, I'm gonna send out some buys today.
Yeah, if you're unstable, you're laughing still. But if you bought from much lower than before the bull market started, you're still laughing because you're still well positioned, obviously. I mean, it's always a hard decision. I mean, your decision to kind of move into some stables. It's always good to just have some cash protection, just so that things like this happen. You know what I mean? You can be well prepared. But in my fair estimation, I mean, this is just a healthy pullback. And I don't know if you guys understand, like before even Ricardo, before you mentioned, I think me and you when we were linked up, I mentioned to you that personally for me, looking like Trump coming in the inauguration day, that Trump's coming in on the 20th, I believe. That was a sell the news bad rumor event for me. Now it's flipped. We're like, that's not gonna be a buy event because we've basically dumped into that. And I think I personally think the pick up button is almost in. I mean, wouldn't be shocked if you see 89K. I wouldn't be shocked if you see 85K. I mean, just from what we are right now, we're at 93.3K on BTC. So from the recent, not the 2022 all-time high, from the recent all-time high, I won't say all-time, from the recent high of 102 down to 89K is around 12%, down to 85 is around 15%. I think 25% correction here will take it. Well, it will be heavy. But usually, I don't know if you guys noticed this as well. I was digging online. I mean, there's so many like theories on what caused this. People are speculating that it's the fact that people are de-risking ahead of the FOMC minutes a meeting that's coming on soon. People are also speculating that the government, there's been a huge movement in the government bonds market where like you see the 5-year, 10-year yield kind of pop up, and usually that's the indication that we have that the economy is not as strong as we'd like to be. And also, some investors are also a bit, I wouldn't say hawkish, but they're concerned about the effect of Trump's policy will have on inflation or on the economy, because he obviously all these policies are bullish. He wants to put more money in America. He wants to bring more. We want to keep the talent in the US. He wants to create more job. He wants us to be. He wants US to be. I said us like I'm US. He wants them to be like leading in the AI front, blockchain front, and all the things that we talk about. And he still hasn't given up his ideas of the strategic SPR that's got policy, which will be a lot harder than it is. So I wouldn't be surprised if it sell out to 81K. But a lot of people are calling for this online, which I feel like because they're calling for it, it's not gonna happen. But did we get a correction that we thought we might get? Yes. This is the pullback I was talking to you guys about. And personally for me, this is nothing new. And the January after each halving, there is a pullback in every January before we continue momentum. And this is just another one of those. And usually those range between 5 to 15%. So a pullback of 25% will be concerning. I think people are, and there's a lot of fun out there about how DOJ has gotten approval to sell the Silk Road Bitcoin. I mean, my God, like how many times am I gonna see this news? I've seen like 6 times this bull run. So it's like, okay, cool. Like that the news came out this morning again from what nothing has happened. I mean, Bitcoin just retouched where it came from. It's basically reacting well to that 93K zone, which if you can flip that into a support, that will be awesome for the next leg. Because I think what I'm expecting is for continuation of the bull run. So prior to what I was saying before, the Trump going to office is now bullish rather than a bit bearish, because people were going to sell off into that event. So I think now it's more like a bad event, because I think we're going to be choppy for the next week or two. So that's my thesis so far.
Yeah, we've definitely got some catalysts coming up this month. So we've got obviously the Trump inauguration, January the 20th. We've got FOMC, I think in a week or two. And then we've got like inflation numbers coming up soon as well. So there's definitely some macro factors which will have an effect on crypto and risk on assets. And yeah, obviously crypto is one of the risk on assets, the risk on asset. So it's going to be choppy depending on what happens with all of these factors. But I think long term, I think we are still in a bull, and I think until it invalidates otherwise, I think there's no reason to panic. But what I will say is that once we get through some of these key events, it'll be interesting to see what level we're at, and if things haven't really started to change, then we obviously need to reevaluate where we are. But yeah, as far as that is concerned, that's pretty interesting. But what else is interesting? Sam Altman recently had an announcement saying that we are now confident we know how to build AGI, and AGI is 72% mindshare when it comes to crypto. On top of that, NVIDIA surpassed Apple to become the largest company by market cap.
That's crazy.
It is. And although these aren't crypto companies, they obviously have an effect in terms of the AI narrative within crypto. A segment that I wanted to sort of touch on is how to find the best AI agents in crypto. So there's a number of different tools that you can use to find AI agents. One of them is cookie.fun. So if you go onto cookie.fun, it will give you a bunch of data in terms of what the current mindshare is, obviously the price movements, different tokens. So you've got like Pippin, Griffin, Ava, AI16, Z, Fartcoin, and a bunch of other ones. You can add agents to it. You can see the mindshare in like a graph. There's a bunch of different things, and it's really interesting. And if you are not in the trenches, and if you are not one of those people who has the time to be looking at AI all the time, Cookie actually has its own token called Cookie DAO, which is like an amalgamation of all of the AI. It's like an AI agents index, if you like. So it can give you that type of exposure to the AI agents without picking an individual one. Another token, or not token, another tool is Sentient.market. So this is another AI agent tracker. Have you heard of that one?
Yeah, I've heard that one. That's one I know. It's quite similar to the cookies it's called the fun. But I mean, pretty much I kind of like the interface on cookie.com a bit better, because
Cookie.fun,
yeah, cookie.fun. But it's Sentient is one that I've found when I was browsing through X, and then it looks decent. It looks decent. I mean, it does a job, focus on AI tracking, and I think this is a good. I mean, to be honest, looking at this now, I mean, there's only be I think 1 or 2 billion shaved off the total capitalization of the AI agent market. And don't forget, there's still other cryptos that are big on the AI space. Like for example, Near Protocol, they're big on the AI space, which that they're not exactly seen as AI agents, but even another one is FET as well. They're also big on AI. They work with like machine learning models and AI agents, but they're also not with it. So like I think this capitalization I know people will say, oh, that was such a small little market. Like there's a bit more out there that's not baked into this, and I think these trackers are only focusing on AI agents, and that's okay for me.
Yeah, it's
that is the kind of narrative, and I think, like you said, just kind of touch on the topics you just brought up. I mean, OpenAI, man, I think they're doing amazing things. I think if you check on Polymarket, I think their odds to be able to create artificial generative intelligence is now sharp to, I think, 72%, because they came out and then eloquently stated that they are confident that they can do this now. They know how to build it. That's what they said. Not that they know how to build this. And based on all the things they've been releasing, you can't just poo-poo that. You can't say, well, where's the track record? They're giving you a track record. And I think personally for me, I think this is one of the reasons why the AI, the crypto market is super bullish on AI. And I think I mean, we can speculate, we can assume that these AI agents are altcoins because they are alternative currencies. So I think they'll probably that, like we've been saying it from the beginning of this year, even from late last year. AI agents will probably be one of the top 2 leaders of the altcoin space. And because yes, you have the Dino coin, they're probably the 3rd best, especially if you're like old Dino, like XRP. And then you have these newer shiny coins like AI agents, meme coins being like the top 2 leaders. So yeah, shout out to the XRP army. I'm not gonna lie though, XRP is looking strong. Like as I read some news today, which I think we might get into a little bit. But the XRP is looking strong. I think the fact that it's not dumping up below $2 is pretty bullish.
We'll touch on XRP shortly. But just to continue with this AI sort of chat. So the way like we can look at AI is like within AI, there's different sub-sectors. So for example, you've got the agent memes. You've got launch pads, you've got infrastructure, which is what you were talking about, Deji, with NEAR and things like that. Yeah. And then you got compute, and then you've got well, those are the main sort of 4. And then within the entire AI agent sector is currently 11.32 billion. But if we look at meme coins, it's around the region of 120 billion. So it's still a long way off.
Ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Exactly. So to put it into perspective, if you think you've already missed a trade, I think there's a lot of room to run up. And that's why I mentioned some of the some of the Web 2 narratives, which are also helping to drive this. Because it's extremely bullish for AI overall, and it's not something that's going to disappear. These bots and things are going to be able to do functions and automate tasks, manual tasks, through whether it's trading or doing other things that we haven't even thought of. So it's definitely something you should keep an eye on, and I think there's a lot of room left to grow. I think when the market starts to bounce back, it's probably going to be one of the sectors that bounces back the hardest. And yeah, definitely don't fade it out. We've also given you tools on how to find them as well.
Yeah, 100%. And there's more where that came from. So if you just drop a comment on our account, we'll be able to kind of share them some more. But before we move on from this topic, I have 2 more questions to ask you. One is, like, what do you make of the Solana founders kind of not? They're basically saying like, they still like believe in meme coins, that meme coins are not going nowhere. We have other founders talking about how they feel like AI agents is just a scam narrative, or it's just a fake narrative. I mean, what do you make of that? And also, how exactly you go about making your AI plays? Because there's so many ways to do this. I mean, I'm investing in infrastructures, but at the same time, I would like to invest in like, some of the launchpad, like virtual protocols. I think that's one thing that will definitely catch a bid after this call. I think there's also, I don't know if you know any AI agents you're particularly that's on your watch list that you can scale into, like AI16Z or like I'm curious what your thoughts are. Like even Fatcoin is obviously had a massive sell-off, but it's still one of the strongest rebounder. I think this thing just does 20 minutes, it does 20% in the span of an hour. So I definitely think there's strength, but I'm curious to see how what your thoughts are about those 2 questions quickly.
Yeah, so it's interesting. So for me, I think there's obviously more risk when it comes to picking individual agents. And that's something that I'm, at the moment at least, trying to stay away from. Maybe with the exception of some larger caps that I'm maybe looking at. But when it comes to the smaller caps, the stuff that you might find when scanning deck screener, is something that I'm not really too tapped into. But in terms of like how to identify them, I'm looking at who's following that particular agent on X, what it does, is it doing anything interesting, if they've got a GitHub, how many commits are they doing,
Interesting.
looking at the white paper. You can even get like AI to look at it and see, whether this is a scam or not. And something that you have to be aware of, and so for our listeners as well, is that it's pretty easy to LARP in this sector. And what I mean by that is it's easy to pretend that you're using AI when you're doing things manually, and it's not doing anything at all. So it's just getting rid of those types of ones, especially if you're going in at the earlier stages, like single digit millions or less. So yeah, it's important to be able to find out what's LARPing and what's not. And then once you've found that, then it's all about obviously getting a good entry and then see which one actually can potentially be that next virtuals.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I'm approaching that.
Yeah, but what about the founder of HNT coming out and saying he thinks the AI narrative is a scam? That is still the best narrative is still not so much memes, but more like utility. I mean, he's trying to shill his own project. I mean, can you blame him?
You said the founder of HNT?
HNT, yeah.
Okay. Look, I mean, HNT's good. They've got real world, they got deep in projects. Obviously, they got hardware. So I'm not surprised. And as I said, it's some projects are LARPing, they're not real. So I'm not surprised that he's saying that. But ultimately, it's obviously in his best interest to say something like that. With that being said, I think there's nothing that can be done. Like you can't fight narratives in crypto, especially in this cycle. It's not one of those cycles where everything's gonna pump and everything's gonna pump all at once. So the tide is moving with AI. If you fight it, I think you're just gonna get left behind, and it's just as simple as that.
100%. I will not fight it. I will not fight this force. I mean, I remember people trying to fight the Lincoln force and they lost heavily. I will not fight this one. Just embrace it. And if you make money, you make money. If you lose money, just try not to lose too much money. I mean, risk management is still one of the most important tools in this market.
100%. And something else says 100% is Bank of America is doing 100% of internal transactions on, drumroll please, XRP, which has been confirmed. So yeah, Deji, I know you love XRP. Why don't you tell me what you think?
XRP army, stand up. I know you lot will be happy, boy. They're like, "What we told you? XRP is going to the moon." Let me bring some perspectives into this. Bank of America is just one bank. Yes, he has the acronym of Bank of America. They're not the only bank in America. There's plenty of other banks as Wells Fargo. I know people feel Wells Fargo is trash. It's actually not. They're a top tier bank. And there's several other banks that I'm not going to mention on this pod, but this is good news for Ripple, for Brad. And then I think Brad is trying to cultivate a good relationship with Trump, and it behooves him to do that because they are a US based company. Correct me if I'm wrong, Iris. They are, right? Ripple Labs.
I believe so. Well,
yeah, they're homegrown essentially. It's not a Chinese coin. Is there a Chinese coin? No. It's not a Chinese coin, and it's not a UK coin. So definitely,
no. I'm not sure where they have the operations, but I'm pretty sure they're like mainly a US team.
They'll probably bring the operations back to US now that they have a pro crypto government or So I think but this is definitely bullish news, because it just further adds to the utility of the Ripple stablecoin. And one thing that I also read in the past few weeks, I think last week, is Ripple also partnered with Link. And even though I'm not a Link holder, but I do trade. I day trade Link whenever I get a good entry. And I think Link is one of my biggest regretment because I saw the ICO, and to be honest, a lot of people saw the ICO, a lot of people invested in it, but no one held it to where it is today because the ICO price was 50 cents, and obviously you know what the price is today. It's, I think we're like 30x from ICO price. But I think what I'm more enamored about is the innovation around the Chainlink. They've released some really cool product that the EIP technology that allows you to kind of be connected to multiple different protocol. I think they really take their cross-chain vision very well, being a multi-chain platform, and Link partner with Ripple to kind of enable better interoperability of their stablecoin transactions is also a good news for Ripple and Ripple Labs. So personally for me, I mean, the grass, like the wheels are greased for Ripple to do well, but I still don't see its path to $10. I just don't see it because only XRP army, listen to me, only because initially when we started pumping at the beginning of this time last year, when we started having that massive push, I'm like, we could hit 20K, but then now fast forward to all the things we've seen, you know what I mean, the FUD around USDT. I mean, this be real, there's always FUD around USDT every single cycle.
But that didn't really hit the market though.
It hasn't been in the market, but it's there. I mean, apparently USDT has not printed in the past 27 days. And then usually they don't go 30 days without printing. And quietly, one of their top executive kind of signed off, or one of their founders, whatever, signed them. He left the company. But like all these stuff are like really, really, really like. I mean, I don't think USDT is gonna collapse because one person left, because I think they'll just fill that role internally. But point to make it is like there is so many unknowns that can happen in this space. So like I'm not as bullish as I was on Bitcoin, and Ripple's not going anywhere without a huge move on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin was gonna do like 200K plus, I would say yes, it's a path for XRP to go to $10, like the people in our comment section said. But I will be $5-6. Yes, it's realistic because that's the only 100% gain from here. I think right now it's saying at 232, 240 something. So that's another 1x movement, which is 100% gain. So that's something that I see in the foreseeable future. But beyond that, all that $10 dream, I just don't see it. Not because the tech is trash, not because XRP is huge and it's hugely centralized. That's not why I'm saying it. I'm saying it because I don't see much for the upside in Bitcoin. And you say, oh, because then that should make you more bullish on XRP. No, really, because if XRP dumps, if BTC dump, so will XRP and the other utility tokens. So that's the only reason why I'm still not as bullish as the XRP arm in our comment section. So that's what I have to say around that. What about you?
Yeah, I think this is pretty good news for XRP. Being, that's a huge partnership. A lot of tokens would dream of a partnership like this, and it would obviously affect the price really, really positively.
I think I saw 2 to 3% gain when some of these news came out, but I think it probably will be bigger if the market was.
I was just about to say that. Yeah,
it's bullish.
Yeah, if there was better market conditions, we would definitely
correct.
It would have definitely pumped more, maybe 5 to 10% somewhere, or maybe even 20%. But yeah, I mean, given the market conditions, I think it hasn't really been able to capitalize off of it. And if they're doing partnerships like this now, who's to say, what partnerships they have lined up in the future? So it's really interesting. It's good for the XRP army. I think it's good for crypto in the sense that
I'm still calling the top for XRP at maximum $6, bro. Because I'm telling you, I'm looking at the chart right now.
What was the previous all-time high?
Previous all-time high, and then I'm gonna spell it out for these people so they don't know I'm not just against them. The previous all-time high was $3.36, right?
Okay.
Say we blew past that and do another 100%. That's around roughly $6, say 62 cents. I just don't see a top number on that. I honestly, like, just getting to $6 enough. It's a huge momentum, and we can even see the situation where like you go to $5.60, $6, or just $5.99, some crazy fuckery number, and just tail off. And once XRP tails off, it tails off. That's why I've been very impressed by the price action, because price action dictates narrative. Narrative doesn't follow price action. Price action is price action. Price action is the most important thing. And from what I've observed from the price action here, it looks like there's still more room for growth for XRP. But to unrealistically predict that it's going to $6 in this cycle, I'm not confident in that prediction. I think the top is still going to be that $5 to $6 range, because I just don't see it going beyond that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think my top prediction for XIP would be something. I think it even less, maybe $4 to $5. I think $5 tops. But yeah, if it hits 6, I wouldn't be super surprised, only because when the market blows off top, it can do some irrational things. And I know a lot of people have conviction in XRP, and it's one of the dino coins. Everyone will sort of be FOMO and then the Encore and all the rest of them. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, but I think my prediction is about $5 tops. But we'll see. Yeah, we shall.
I think just by saying, by even giving them that extra $1, I honestly think a top is between $5 to $6. I just can't. If I'm accurately trying to predict it, it will be between that range. I mean, that's where the Fibonacci extension extends to, between that 5 to 6. And yeah, I mean, I would love for me to be wrong, because I love when bulls make money, because they're making money. I'm a bull as well. I'll make money. XRP can't be the only cycle leader. It's just impossible. So yeah, those are my thoughts.
Definitely. Well, thanks for listening to the Crypto Flip podcast, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.